Okay, so welcome everyone. Good morning. So this morning I would like to share with you a mantra meditation. And so in the Kundalini Yoga tradition, we do lots of different types of meditation. But one of the most powerful ones is really working with mantra, which I know is not so familiar in our culture, and people often feel shy or awkward about chanting or speaking up. Um, but it's a very powerful way of being able to balance your hormones and to clear the subconscious and also to bring this sense of peace and to cut through the mind. So, our culture is very, very mind orientated. And so it can be hard to just sit quietly and meditate and to be able to shut the mind off. When you chant a mantra meditation, you're cutting through the mind with that sound current. And there is a whole technology around chanting a mantra. So on the roof of the mouth, we have 84 meridian points. So these meridian points correspond to the different energy pathways in the body. So according to the yogic scriptures, we have 72,000 energy pathways that flow through the body, and that these energy pathways don't just carry energy, they also carry intelligence. So that energy carries knowledge of function. It means it carries a knowledge of how the body should function at its optimum. And really, our natural state is one of harmony and one of joy. So, if we're not experiencing that in our life, it's because there's something that's out of alignment. When you start to chant a mantra, and the tongue moves over the roof of the mouth like a map, activating these meridian points, and then starting to change the secretions of the glands in the body. So, all the different hormones, it starts to change the structures of the brain. And there was a study done some years ago around Kundalini Yoga relating to neuroscience, where it showed that it actually changes the thalamus. The thalamus is the area of the brain which helps you to filter information. So we have 1,000 thoughts a second, so much information coming in all the time. We can't process it. We often process that information based on our experiences, our beliefs that we've had in our life. So, for example, if we've had a lot of trauma, we may be processing from a place of fear that something bad is going to happen. And so that the information that is coming in is then processed through the thalamus with that filter. When you chant a mantra and you practice Kundalini Yoga regularly, you're changing that structure of the brain, which means that you're changing the perception of yourself, and you're also changing the perception of your life, which is amazing. That all of this stuff that we practice in Kundalini Yoga, all the mantras and the meditations and the yoga and the different postures, we've been practicing for millennia, over thousands of years. But actually neuroscience is now catching up to understand why it's so powerful. That's just one example of why chanting a mantra can be so helpful in life, particularly in these days when we've got so much stress. And what this does, this mantra, it builds like an inner fire. We call it a tattva. And when you build this inner energy, this inner fire, it builds a resilience. So there is this pressure from the outside, the stress and all the things that we have to deal with, and all the stuff that's going on in the media that can trigger fear or anxiety. And the sound current, the mantra, builds this energy on the inside, which means that it can meet this pressure, which means that we can hold our nervous system in balance, we can feel grounded, can feel connected, we can feel relaxed, even though that there is all this pressure and stress going on around us. This is really the amazing effects of meditation, and particularly from the Kundalini Yoga tradition. There's lots of other practices out there. I've done other types of practices, but for me, Kundalini Yoga over the last 15 years has been the practice that's really held me in my life, particularly when I've been going through bereavement or been going through, major changes. It's really held me, particularly when my mother was dying. Mantra meditation was the thing that really, really held me, where it really kept my mind present and help me to stay connected to my body. So I'm very passionate about sharing these teachings and sharing these meditations, particularly mantra meditation. And we run a retreat every year, particularly with mantra, because it's so powerful at being able to create life-changing effects within the mind and the body. So, whenever we do a meditation or a practice from the Kundalini Yoga tradition from this particular lineage, we always tune in with a mantra. And that mantra helps us to put our ego personality to the side so that we can really connect with our higher consciousness. We want to leave our ego personality. So we don't want to be relating so much to the limited mind, but more the higher consciousness, that guidance, that intuition that comes more from the right brain. Mostly we are listening to the left brain, that limited mind. We want to expand our consciousness and bring ourselves present. So we do that through a mantra, and we always start our sessions in this way. And this mantra just means I bow to this wisdom in myself. So it's again connecting to that inner joy, that inner state of relaxation, which is our birthright. That's really who we are, rather than all the other stuff that's going on in the mind. I'm going to write it in the chat. It's Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. So for those of you that are not familiar with mantra, it might seem a little bit strange, but again, it's like first of all, we create this group aura, this group energy together. We open a sacred space, and then we're connecting to this wisdom, this inner guidance within us, and we're really having reverence for that. We want to build a relationship with that wisdom. So we're just going to chant it 3 times. The way that we chant it is through the conch of the nose. There's a Om. When you do that through the conch of the nose, we're affecting the pineal gland, the pituitary, the different brain structures. Straight away, we start to be able to just drop the limited mind and come more present. So let's just try this together. So wherever you're sitting up nice and tall, bring the palms together, rolling the shoulders back. So the palms together in prayer pose. This is a powerful mudra. We relate it to religion, but actually it balances the two halves of the brain. So it brings the left and right hemispheres into balance, and it also balances the nervous system, and it also balances that yin and yang energy, that the yang energy of doing with the energy of being. So just closing the eyes, drawing the breath all the way down into your belly and then into the sides of your ribs, and then drawing this breath all the way up into your chest and clavicle. So as you're inhaling, we're mentally chanting Sat, which means truth. And then as you're exhaling, you're mentally chanting Nam, which means identity. Sat Nam is a mantra, seed mantra we plant in the mind to keep ourselves present, but it's about connecting to that inner wisdom. Let's just breathe for a couple of moments, inhaling Sat, filling your whole body with light and energy as you inhale, and exhaling, letting go of the mind, emptying the thoughts. So as you're inhaling and exhaling, just placing the mantra at your third eye, just helping to keep the mind steady. So you're going to just listen to how I chant it and then try and see if you can join in, taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale, and inhaling to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo. Gurudev Namo. Om Namo. Gurudev Namo. Adgare Name, Jugadgare Name, Sadgare Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Adgare Name, Jugadgare Name, Sadgare Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Adgare Name, Jugadgare Name, Sadgare Name, Sri Gurudev Name. And then inhaling, holding the breath, and just imagining that your energy field is getting brighter, holding more light. And then exhaling. Then setting an intention for this meditation this morning. So maybe there's something that you would like to develop in yourself, like peace or stillness or intuition. Or maybe there is a quality or an emotion that you want to let go of, like fear or insecurity or anxiety. So just setting that intention now. And then opening your eyes. So we're going to begin the meditation, and we're going to do this with a mudra. So this is a hand position that also works with the energy in the body and directs the energy in a particular way. We're going to bring our index fingers. We're going to touch the first segment of that index finger together. So the index finger in Kundalini Yoga represents the planet of Jupiter. So every finger represents a different quality of energy. Jupiter is about support, it's about enthusiasm, it's about positivity, it's about knowledge, and it's about expansion. This is why wearing rings on these fingers helps to bring that energy, activate that energy within you. That's why if you look at royals, they always wear rings on these fingers. It's about expansion, it's about knowledge, but it's not about knowledge from the mind. It's really about that sat nam, that knowledge, that state of being within you. And we're going to chant a mantra, Ad, Sach, Jugad, Sach, Hai Bhi, Sach, Nanak, Aho Se, Be, Sach. There's Ad, Sach, Jugad, Sach, Hai Bhi, Sach, Nanak, Aho Se, Be, Sach. In some recordings, it's Bay Such. The recording that we're going to use is Bay Such at the end. This mantra just means the truth pervades through every, it's truth through all the ages. So, we can get into arguments about what is the truth and an opinion, but there is a supreme truth. That supreme truth is a state of being. And this mantra takes us to that state of being, that truth within ourselves, where that we are peace, we are relaxation, we are joy, and that when we can connect to that joy and that relaxation within ourselves, everything starts to flow for us in our life. So it really brings us home to that beautiful diamond. So we're going to chant it together, and we chant it in a monotone. Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Bhi Sach Nanak Eho Se Be Sach. And we're just going to hold this mudra as we chant it. And then just notice what comes up. So in Kundalini Yoga, when we're chanting a mantra, it's a process of purification. So sometimes things can come up. Maybe there's doubts. Maybe there's limitations in the mind. Maybe there's criticism. Maybe there's judgment. See if you can let go of all of that. That's just the chattering of the mind. That's not you. And just stay with the sound current. Every time that you notice the mind has gone off, we're just going to keep coming back and see if you can feel the energy of this mantra through every cell of your body. It's like awakening you to your true nature, your birthright of joy. And also, this mantra is very much linked to the subtle body. The subtle body is that ability to really tune into the knowing, the intuition of actually what's going on beyond what you see. So it's a great meditation if you want to develop your intuition. So I'm going to just share the sound. Just bear with me. So really trusting the sound current to do the work. All you have to do is just stay present with it. Here we go.
Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. Art such to God such, hebe such, nanak hosi be such. such jugaad such hebe such nanak hosi be such aat such jugaad such hebe such nanak hosi be such aat such jugaad such hebe such nanak hosi be such aat such jugaad such hebe such nanak hosi be such aat such jugaad such hebe such nanak hosi be such aat such jugaad such hebe such nanak hosi be such
And then inhaling, holding the breath, squeeze the mulaband. So this is the muscles of the anus and sexual organs like the pelvic floor. You're pulling in and up, navel to the spine, visualizing that energy traveling to the top of your head, tongue in the roof of the mouth, circulating that energy to every cell in your body. And then exhaling and relaxing. So keeping the eyes closed. And then just allowing yourself to feel the energy of that meditation, that mantra through the body. Then noticing any sensations, maybe there's tingling, maybe there's heat, whatever it is, just observing. Also listening to the echo in the mind of the mantra. We call this the ajapa. There's that constant repetition of the mantra through the mind and through the body as you stop. And we're going to bring the hands now to the heart center. So we're just going to close the space. So just bringing the palms together. And we're going to chant Sat Nam 3 times. This just helps to seal the energy of the practice. Inhale to begin. Sa. Sa. Ma. Sa. Ma. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. And then just relaxing. So when you practice a meditation every day, particularly a mantra meditation, that sound current stays with you. It's like you wake up with it in your mind, it's with you during your day, and then it helps to sustain you. So rather than you relating to your limited mind or negative thoughts, you're relating to the mantra. And it really helps to hold you during your day. So I would recommend that you practice this for the next week, just to give yourselves a really an experience of what it is to do something every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. We did 11 minutes today. You can do 3 minutes, but ideally you want to just build the time up. The longer that you do the meditation, the deeper that you will go and the more effects that you'll find in your life. So I will send you the recording if you would like it. And thank you so much for joining me. Really lovely to have you here. And I look forward to sharing the next meditation next week on Monday. And for those of you also that are joining my Kundalini class, I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Lots of love. Go well. Have a beautiful day.